I would divide today's lesson into, let's say, mild and spicy. So you can choose yours, okay? So which one, if you feel like, okay, I still know nothing about, let's say, so equation, if you know nothing about that, you will choose this one. Otherwise, if you know a little bit, or you learn in year 10 already, then you can do it this one. Okay, so, but no matter which one you choose, the exact value thing, you have to memorize it. All right, you have to know the exact value thing. So let's start from the mild first. So let's say sine theta equal to half. And then theta belongs to, let's say, 0 to 2 pi. Okay? And I will put up a spicy question here as well. For you guys, if you know this one, you don't have to listen. You can try this one now. So sine 3 theta equal to, it's actually similar, right? So I just change a little bit. 0 to 2 pi. Okay. So with this one, okay, so I'm going to teach you how to do it first, and then you will have a chance to do it on your own. So with this one, number one, we're going to find out, the first thing is called base angle. What does that mean? The base angle means the angle that it's in the domain of 0 to 90 degrees, which is pi over 2. All right, that is something we can directly use the exact value table to do, to find out. So if you look at your exact value table, if you forget that, I will write here one more time, okay? I will give you 1 minute to write this down again. The exact value table. All right, so the exact table is sine, cosine. All right, so let's say pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, which means 30 degree, 45 degree, and 60 degree. Remember how we do it? Remember how we did it before? Yeah. So the bottom is all 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Remember? And then 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Square root, square root, square root, but you can get rid of it. All right, so that's how you do it. I will give you 30 seconds to take the notes. Okay, if you already have, raise your hand so that I know I can wipe it out. Otherwise, I will give you the notes of this exact value table. Okay, so you guys also have that. All right, I'm gonna wipe it out, and then we will use this exact value. If you can't remember, that's okay. You can look at the exact value to do the question for now. But you have to remember, let's say in 2 or 3 days. So now we're gonna find the base angle. So sine what equal to half based on the exact value. Okay, someone please tell me. 30 degree, which is pi. For now on, we don't talk about degrees. So pi over 6. Okay, the base angle therefore will be pi over 6. Make sense? So after we find out the base angle, and then we're gonna look at this one, is it positive or negative? It's positive. So according to, all right, all school teach thing. Okay, according to this thing, all right. So for sine, which one is positive quotient? Yeah. Which quotient sine is positive? This one and this one, right? So all means like sine, cosine, tangent. Second quotient means sine is positive, right? So these two quotient, we have the positive values. So which means for this question, we won't have solution here or here. So we already find out the base angle, which is pi over 6 in the first quadrant. So we can just draw the angle. So this one is pi over 6. And then the next thing is symmetry property. So it's all symmetrical. So I remember last time was Mike coming here before I went to the camp, right? Mike, you drew the symmetry thing last week. Yeah. Okay, so this is pi over 6. And therefore, based on the symmetry property, this is pi over 6 as well, right? Yeah. So, what is this angle then? What is this angle then? Noelle, can you tell me what is this angle? Yeah, so all we know this is pi, right? So pi take away pi over 6. So the second answer would be pi take away pi over 6. What is that? So we need to convert this into 6 pi over 6. All right, so therefore there will be 5 pi over 6. So these two will be the answers. Does it make sense? All right, okay. Anyone who will not listen to this already finished this one? You already finished that one? Cool. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about this one. So you guys, if you're listening to this one, I will give you one practice question. All right, and I will talk about that one. You don't have to listen if you're going for the minor. So what you're going to do now is, let's say, let's try cosine then. Cosine theta equal to half. And then theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi. So you guys have a go on this one. Okay? You guys have a go on this one. All right. So raise your hand if you were doing this one just now. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about this one, all right? Okay, so the way we do it, Nolly, you already know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to talk about it? So basically, we just think this guy as one guy, yeah? So let's say let x be 3 theta, then side x will become half. And then the most important thing is the domain will be changed. S belongs to, because theta is 0 to 2 pi, therefore 3 theta will be 0 to 6 pi, because you times 3. Make sense? Alright, so which means I know for this one I will definitely have 6 solutions. I will have 6 solutions rather than 2. Okay, because the domain has been changed. Alright, so we use the same thing. So the base angle would be pi over 6. Alright, the other one would be 5 pi over 6. Okay, so these two are the angles, are the solutions in the first period. And then for the second period, so we have 3 periods here, right? We have 3 cycles here, 3 periods here, because 2 pi is 1 period. Okay, and then for the second period, we simply use this guy times plus 2 pi. So that would be 13 pi over 6, and then 17 pi over 6. And then do the same thing, we use these two guys, plus 2 pi again. So that would be 25 pi over 6, and then 29 pi over 6. Now we get 6 solutions, okay? And you can check whether this all solution fit in this domain, because these are all the x value. But eventually, we are finding the theta. So the theta would be everything divided by 3. So that would be pi over 18, 5 pi over 18, 13 pi over 18, 17 pi over 18, and then 25 pi over 18, 29 pi over 18. Now we get the 6 solutions. You should probably get 100%. However, let's try to see whether it fit in this domain. The first one is bigger than 0, and the last one is definitely also less than 2 pi. Therefore, these 6 solutions would be your perfect answers. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, I will just work out the solutions so you guys can check it. So the base angle would be pi over 3, and because it's positive, so it would be in the 4th quadrant, so that would be 2 pi minus pi over 3, which is 5 pi over 3. Okay, these 2 solutions. Does it make sense? Yeah? All good? How about negative number? Yeah. Okay, so, because we don't have a lot of students here, I'm not going to teach too much today. So let's try one more negative. So let's change this one. Can I wipe out this one now?
Yeah.
Let's try side 2 theta belong to negative 2 root 2 over 2, and theta belong to 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay, so I will talk about this one, and then you have a chance to do another one. All right, so The only difference from this between this one and the previous one is that we have a negative here, right? So everyone listen here. Okay, still waiting for everyone to listen. So basically, when you started, okay, so this negative side, it only tells you the quadrant. It doesn't change the base angle. So which means when we're finding the base angle, we can ignore this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is that, I will show you how we do it, right? So we let x be 2 theta. Alright, therefore, x domain would be 0 to 4 pi. I walked around and see everyone got this, which is great. Okay, you don't have to say x, you can just say 2 theta belongs to 0 to 4 pi. That's the same thing, alright? Okay, and then which means sine x equal to negative root 2 over 2. Okay, so now, like I said, when you're finding the base angle, you actually don't need to look at this negative side. So the base angle would still be what? Pi over 4. So this is what we call the base angle. However, base angle doesn't mean it's solutions. It won't be the solution because this is negative, right? We just use the base angle to do the symmetry thing. So the base angle is pi over 4. Now let me ask you, which quadrant would this solution be in?
3 and 4.
3 and 4, right? So let's write down. So this is the pi over 4. Okay, but this won't be the answer. But then we know the answer will be here and here. So let's use the symmetry property. You can just draw a symmetry line here. So which means this is pi over 4. Does it make sense? Yeah. So this is 2 pi, right? So which means one of the solutions must be 2 pi take away pi over 4, which is 7 pi over 4. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. So that would be one of the solutions. Okay, and then the other solution is in third quadrant. So we do the symmetry again. So this will be pi over 4. So this is pi. So that will be pi plus pi over 4, which is 5 pi over 4. So this would be another solution. Okay, so now with this one, we have how many periods here? How many periods? How many cycles?
4.
2 pi is 1 period, right? So we have 2 periods. So which means we're gonna do one more round. Okay, one more round. So we use this one to simply plus 2 pi. So that would be 15 pi over 4. Make sense? And we use this one, 5 pi over 4, to plus another 2 pi, which gives you 13 pi over 4. Now you've got 4 solutions. And these are x. Okay? And then we're gonna find theta, so we divide it by 2 for all of them. Therefore, theta will become 7 pi over 8, 10 pi over 8, which is, 5 pi over 8, sorry. 5 pi over 8, 15 pi over 8, and then 13 pi over 8. Let's see whether these 4 solutions are in this domain. Yes, it is. So these are all 4 solutions. Does it make sense? So one more time, let me summarize. When we have the negative side, the negative thing only tells you the quadrant where the solution have, which quadrant the solution have. Okay, so which means at the beginning you don't have to look at this. It only tells you the quadrant. It doesn't change any other solutions. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I will give you one similar one, and you guys can have a go. Cosine 3 theta equals to negative root 3 over 2, and theta belongs to, let's try from negative pi to pi. Okay, so they will be a little bit different. Negative pi to pi. Okay.